Yo, 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 what's up, everyone? Frankie V in the house, here with you, Stadium. We're going to do some deep dive analysis right now. We're going to go into Troy Fautanu. Now, there's been a lot of speculation as to what the Jets are going to do at 10, and recently, Troy Fautanu has been rumored to be of heavy interest by the Jets. Field Yates today came out with a mock draft where he actually had the Jets selecting Troy Fautanu at 10. So let's go through Troy Fautanu. Now, The Beast by Dan Brugler came out about, 3 or 4 days ago. Great rundown, going through all the prospects. They actually had Troy going as a guard. They slated him as a guard, and he was Dane's #1 guard prospect in the draft. People are saying that Troy Fautanu can play tackle, can play guard, similarly to AVT. Now, I'm going to go through, and I saw this tape already, I'm going to go through his Michigan game in the Natty, where he actually had one of his best grades of the season, and I'm going to give you what I like, and I'm going to show you what I don't like. And I'm going to tell you why I don't think it's a bad selection at 10 for the Jets to get Troy Fautanu, but I also don't think it's the best selection because I do not see him as a left tackle in the NFL. And I'll show you why. Let's run through this. This is a 5-minute tape, and I'm going to give you what I like, and I'm going to give you what I don't like. Let's run through it. All right, good feet. Keeps the motor moving. I like that. Pass pro. Okay, that was a quick out, so really not much there. All right, always on his feet, moving around. I like that. Could be called a hold, but I like that he's constantly trying to make something happen. All right. Set up there, not much there. Nice play. Way to get out there. Physical. Look at him. Physical, baby. Loves to play football. That's for damn sure. Let's see that. All right. Like that. Hands got a little outside. Moved a little bit on his base, which you'll keep seeing as this film goes on. Nasty in the run. Even though this is considered all pass plays, you can kind of see how he moves. Nasty. It's a nasty guy. Sets. Nice. Nice rep. Again, loves to move right there. That was on him. Kind of moves sometimes a little too much. Nice rep. All right, let's keep seeing. Nice. Uses hands. Loves to get his punches in and loves to move his feet. Here, bam. Knocks that guy back. Gotta love that. Hits him again. Again, nasty. Very physical. Very good on his feet. That's why he might project more as a guard, as you can see the way he moves his feet. There. Again, good set, but where's the base? You kind of see it. That's good. And you see how he tries to take the edges hands down. There, leans a little bit. Got help by the running back there in pass pro. You'll see again, as this film moves on, later on, they had to send a chip his way. He gets tired throughout the course of a game because he's so physical. This is the beginning of the game, right? It's the first half. Nice rep. Really good offensive lineman, but likes to use his feet a little too much. I like tackles that are more dependent on their base. Very good there. You kind of look at Joe Alt as like a better version of him in terms of how they like to play. They like to attack and use their feet to make up for maybe not having that stout base. But you'll see as the film goes on, I've seen this. Love that. Love how physical he is. He's trying to bring the edges hands down. Here, moves very well. Nice cutoff right there. All right. Nice. Look at him. He loves to just bring guys down and jump right on them. Gotta love that. Nice trade-off there. Good against stunts. See? He's pointing out where the inside guy is. Keeps his feet moving. All right. This is a nice rep, too. I remember this one. Bam. Just takes this guy right down. Goes right on top of him. Even gives him a little knee in the back. Kind of like that. All right. Now as the film continues to move on, we're going to see nice rep right there. Physical. Look at him. He looks like he wants to, join Dana White and co. in the UFC. All right. Whatever. That's whatever rep there. Look, attacks. I mean, notice his sets, right? Like, he wants to attack you. He doesn't. I like tackles usually that like to set their base and wait till you get to them and then set, but he'll attack you. And Alt does something very similar. Fautanu and Latham do it differently. Nice rep. You're an offside, you're a backside blocker, and you're able to get there and at least get your hands on someone. Look at that. Look how they're able to trade off there. You got to love that. Good set. They're good enough set. Good enough rep. Nice. See his hands? You see, like, he knows he needs, look, he throws the first left, bam, then he throws another one, and then he tries to take him down too. So he's constantly, I think he needs to do too much at times to be able to effectively pass block. This is an awesome set. This is why in the run, this guy's a monster. I mean, look at this. This is why he's a guard. Down blocks, goes to the second level, bam, pancakes. That guy takes his soul out of his body. But now you're going to start seeing a little bit of the bad because I've watched this before. Right there. Nice. Good against the stunts. Really knows how to trade off with the other offensive linemen. All right. Now, okay, whatever. He got a little caught there, but that's not necessarily his fault. Here, base. Look at that. He's getting tired. Bam. He's getting knocked back. You don't want to see left tackles getting knocked back. That straight arm by that edge. Here, gets inside, nice. Look at, that's where he excels, is his feet. Look at his feet. He loves moving and hitting. He loves moving and punching. But look, base. Okay, good base. Hands. Gets a little... You could see he's starting to get a little tired. Look at his feet a little bit, gets sloppy. Although this is a different kind of rep because he's playing on the inside. But look, the feet are getting a little sloppy over there. Here, he gets, look at that base. He gets knocked back. This is where I don't see him as a left tackle. He does the punch. He's trying to knock the hands down. He's always aggressive, which is not a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you look at Olu Fautanu or JC Latham, they don't need to do this. They wait, and once they engage you with their big legs, they set. He's got little legs, skinnier legs. I'm gonna say little legs. Doesn't have little legs. Guy's 6'4", and he's huge. He's 320. However, a left tackle, you want someone that's stout. You don't want someone moving around too much. That's how you get hurt also. So you're going to see now some of the bad. Gets knocked back. Gets thrown to the ground, actually. Again, getting tired. Look, like, this is the stuff I don't like. Like, look at his feet here. He gets out. The guy gets a little outside, and he starts being a little sloppy. He gets off the ball late, and he's getting his rear end a little hit a little bit. He's late out of the stance here. He's late. I think he used up so much energy that towards the end of the game, he started getting, a little off balance. He's off balance completely. I mean, you look right here. Here, he's just off balance. This is not a good rep. Your move, you get off balance. The guy gets inside leverage. I mean, Penix gets the ball out quick there. Although Penix doesn't always get the ball out quick. What is it? 1, 2. This is another rep. That he didn't get the ball out. But I think here, what do you got? 1, 2, 2.5. Yeah. You look here. He sets. He's. That's fine. But you look at Olu Fautanu and some of these other guys. Their base is always set. He requires too much movement. Look, he's attacking the guy. Like, you can't. I don't need you to set as a left tackle and come out and attack like that. You want to set your ground and set your angle so you're not necessarily having to be always super duper aggressive all the time. He's starting to get a little tired. Base. That was good. But again, he gets, you don't want to see a guy get turned like this. I look at stuff like this, you get turned around like, your base is off, man. That's not his fault. They didn't see that. But and then there was a point in this game too. Here, they knew he was starting to get a little off. They set up someone to help chip him. They chipped this guy because this guy was giving him some fits, and you could see in his feet. So, not to overplay it, but I like Troy Fautanu or Fautanu or Fautanu, however you want to pronounce it. There's like 3 different ways. It's actually Fautanu. I like Troy Fautanu. I really do. I don't like him at 10, though. And I'm actually going to be discussing with Jake Assman tomorrow on his show. We'll probably discuss this because I know he's a fan. I like the player. I don't like it at 10 because I think at 10 we can get a solid left tackle. I want a left tackle or a weapon. So where Troy Fautanu makes a lot of sense when it comes to him being a hybrid lineman that he could play tackle, guard, even center probably. I want a tackle. So yes, does he make sense for us because he can play 3 positions on the line? Absolutely. Does it make sense that we've had injuries at guard, tackle, AVT's coming back? You can slate him in at right guard. You could play him at left tackle if Tyron Smith goes down. Although I don't know if this kid's ready to play left tackle. That's where I'm thinking about what we need in the future and someone that can just back up Tyron Smith. I don't see this kid as a left tackle. And he played left tackle with Penix, who's a left-handed quarterback. So he's not necessarily his blindside tackle. He's actually playing more like a right tackle, which you see. And Talise Fuanga is in a similar boat as Troy Fautanu, whereas they're right tackles, potentially guards in the NFL. I want a left. If you want to go get a lineman, I'm fine with that. Get a left tackle. Get Olu Fashanu, get Joe Alt, or get J.C. Latham, who I think can actually become legit left tackles. I get the fit with him because we've had so many injuries on the offensive line. But as you're seeing with that tape, very aggressive, has very good feet, does not have a good base. And when you're playing against NFL caliber edge guys, they're going to knock this guy around a little bit. He'll be mean. They're just as mean, some of these guys. I think he's meaner than most guys, but there's some guys that are even meaner than he is. So that's a little breakdown about Troy Fautanu. I wouldn't say it's a bad pick, but if we were to go to get him at 10. But if you're going to get someone at 10, you kind of want someone that could project out to be a tackle. And AVT is a special kind. How many offensive linemen do you know that are able to do what AVT does in the NFL? There's not even a handful, honestly. I think there's like 3 or 4 that could actually successfully play guard and tackle and not be a liability at either spot. So, yeah, that's my breakdown. Frankie V here. I will be on Jake Assman's show tomorrow. Make sure you check that out. And then make sure you join us on draft night. We're going to go through all the picks, all the analysis, reactions from the Jets. We'll see what they do. But, yeah, Draftaganza, April 25th, 7 p.m. sharp. But, yeah, shout-outs later.